Good morning, students. This is going to be for lesson number sense of grade 7, lesson 92 and 93. Um, I'm going to do both these at the same time because the pages are fairly straightforward. And please watch to the end of the video because I'm going to add some extra information. So we've been talking about subtraction with integers and adding with integers and all these sorts of different things. And I think it's important for us to understand that when we're doing this work, one of the very first steps that we should do to remain consistent and to give us ourselves the most opportunities to be successful is to simplify our work before we get too far into it. So because there's lots of negatives and additions being thrown around in different ways that they're being written out, it can become distracting or it can cause you to run into problems. I would always recommend that you should always simplify your work before you do anything else. And so here I have a sequence of numbers of gains and losses written out with brackets around them. And then what I'm going to do is my next step is going to be simplifying it. So I have here plus 5, plus -3, plus +2, subtract -7. Um, Now that can become confusing, but there's this really awesome cheat sheet on top of page 143, which tells you what you can sort of turn each of these brackets into and these values, and then sort of figure out what your answer is from there. So I changed mine. I said +5 is just 5. And then plus -3, when you have an addition and subtraction beside each other, that just turns into a loss, a negative. And then I have +2 because it's just two positives right beside each other, and then subtract -7, which is also another positive because essentially what I'm doing is I'm gonna subtract a subtraction, which is like an addition, right? I'm losing a loss. That's like adding. So then I have my answer here, which is 5 subtract 3 plus 2 plus 7. You can do this in any order you want, realistically, but I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to say, okay, I have 2. This is 2 plus 2 plus 7. Altogether, that's going to equal 11. Okay. Now, this just takes time to practice. It's not one of these things that you'll just all of a sudden instantly know, but it's just a matter of doing a couple of these questions in a row and looking at the cheat sheet and trying to get a good sense of how to do those types of questions. So I'm not going to I'm not going to have you do a whole lot of questions. I think that some of these are not super, super useful for us to go over and have a really, really strong working knowledge of um, because the questions just aren't overly challenging and sometimes they're a little bit extra convoluted where it's not really necessary. So what I'd like you to do is on page 142, 142, I'm going to have you do numbers 1 and 3 and also then number 7, every other one. And then on page 143, I'd like you to work your way through number 3 and 5. Okay, so not a lot of work to do, but what I recommend, and this is why it's important, is I would do these 2 pages and then work through some word problems for tomorrow. You can choose any word problems. I'm not recommending any specific ones. Go through some of them that aren't. Do a couple easy ones, then also do a couple hard ones to challenge yourself. We're going to be having a quiz tomorrow. I know I didn't post that originally, but I think it's about time we have a quiz on this. And we can sort of see wherever everyone's at. We are having an open math block in about 2 hours time, so please make sure you're there for it. It starts at 10 and goes to 11. I will see you in a few hours. Bye.